Well, hi there. So in this video, we're going to do some extra practice related to utility and maximizing your satisfaction. What a wonderful idea. Let's do that. Let's get started. Okay, so this first one says Kyle spends his budget on games and books. He spent 25 on each game, 10 for each book, and then they give us the marginal utils of the last book and last game are both 50. So what should he do? So we know that he's going to follow the rule of, he should follow the rule of mu over x, or sorry, mu of x divided by the price of x should equal the mu of y divided by the price of y. And let's see if he's actually doing that. And we know that his utils for both are 50. And so I'm just going to put the games here and the books here. And we know that he paid 25 for the games, and then he paid 10 for the books. And so I can look at that, I don't know about you, and tell that 5 is bigger than 2, right? So he should have more books and fewer games. More books and fewer games. Carrie goes shopping for volleyballs. Table below shows dollar benefit, blah, 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 blah. One error I made, this should have a 7 right there. I don't know why it doesn't. It says the price of each volleyball is 9. Calculate her consumer surplus if she buys 2 volleyballs. So we know that her total benefit of 2 volleyballs is 95, minus the price of 2 of them is 2 times 9. And so 95 minus 18 is, we could just say 77 utils of satisfaction, right? We could say 77 utils. You could also have just said $77. That would have been an acceptable answer, right? $1 is equal to relatively a util. How many volleyballs should she consume to maximize her total consumer surplus? Explain user marginal analysis. Now, to do this, we have to figure out which is the last volleyball that's worth it for her to buy. So the first, right, we're going to calculate marginal benefit. So the first volleyball gives her 50 units, or $50 worth of joy. It cost her $9 to buy it, so she obviously should do that one. So yes, she should probably also do the next one that gives her 45, because 45 is bigger than 9. The next one gives her 30. That one's a good one. The next one gives her 21. That one's good. The next one gives her 10. That one's good. The next one only gives her 4. That one's not good. And that's because 4 is less than the price she would pay. So we are going to say 5, because the marginal benefit of 10 is greater than $9, and not 6, because the marginal benefit of 4 is less than $9. And so explaining with marginal benefit or marginal analysis, which is this part right here of this question, says why the one you're picking, why not the next one, right? And so what we're saying here is pick this one because it's the last one where 10 is bigger than 9. Table below shows benefit that Andrew gets from burgers and fries. This one has another weird thing in it where it says like good J, and that should just say fries. I think it actually does say fries on yours. But on mine, it says good J because it's an old problem. So we have calculated his consumer surplus from the second unit of fries. So his fries, I'm just going to do MU here. He gets 30 from the first one, and he gets 20 from the second one. And so his price of fries is 5. So his 20 minus 5 equals 15. And that 20 is coming from 30 to 50, right? So that's his marginal utility from that second unit of fries. I subtract out then what he paid for it, right? So my marginal benefit minus the $5 is 15. Identify the quantity of cheeseburgers and quantity of fries that will maximize his benefit given his income of 65. So to do that, I am going to need the mu over p values. So I'm going to do another column over here. And it tells me that the burgers are $10 each. Burgers are $10. Fries are $5. So when I'm calculating these, I'm going to calculate first the MU, and then I'm going to divide it by 10 for each one of these. So the MU for the first one is 40, divided by 10 is 4. The second one, the MU is 30, because it's 40 to 70, divided by 10 is 3. 20 divided by 10 is 2. 10 divided by 10 is 1. And 0.5, and I'm not going to mess with the last one because it's probably not going to be that one. Then I've got this side over here. The MU is 30, divided by 5 is 6. 20 over 5 is 4. 15 over 5 is 3, 10 over 5 is 2, 5 over 5 is 1, and again, I'm not going to do the last one. So now it says his price is 65. So I'm just going to test a couple possibilities and see what works. Let's try the middle ones first. 4 sets of fries, and so again, the 2 is equal to the 2, and that corresponds to 4 sets of fries and 3 burgers, and 3 burgers would be $30. 4 sets of fries would be 20. 20 plus 30 is 50. His budget's 65. Let's go to the next combination. So let's test out 1 and 1. and that 1 corresponds to 5 fries, which is 25. And this one corresponds to 4 burgers, which is 40. 25 plus 40 is 65, so that is the correct combination. So we would say quantity of fries, 5, and quantity of burgers, we would say, is 4, because mu over p of 1 is equal to mu over p of 1. And that is actually enough, and we'd say, and used the whole income. That is enough to say why it's correct. And in fact, because I've referenced these mu over p's, that's really what they're looking for that. If Andrew's weekly income increases from 65 to 75, would he be able to, right? Able to. So we're just testing a budget constraint here. 5 cheeseburgers and 6 fries. So 5 times 10 is equal to $50, and 6 times 5 is equal to 30. And so I would say no, because, and I'm going to do 50 plus 30 is greater than, what's his income? 75. It's still bigger than that, right? So because 80 is bigger than 75, his income. So he just couldn't buy that, right? Because that combination is too much. All right, let's take a look at some of these multiple choice questions. I'm going to zoom in just a shade here, hopefully help you see these questions just a shade better. According to the law of diminishing marginal utility, which of the following is true? So this is just a definition. The additional satisfaction consumed or received by consuming additional units of a good is going to start to decrease. So let's look for an answer here. No. Additional satisfaction received from consuming extra units decreases as consumption increases. That is the correct answer. B. 2, the additional satisfaction received from consuming an additional unit. Oh, that's easy. Marginal utility. It's the additional utility. 3, student spends all their income on pens and pads. So we're going to say pens and drawing pads. And it does give me their price of the pencils is $1, and the price of the pads is $5. How many utils? They're getting 100 from that last pencil, and they're getting 400 from that last drawing pad. 100 is bigger than 80, so they should have more pencils and fewer pads. C. Now we're going to take a look at number 4. Ricardo, he's got apples and bananas. This is obviously 3, and that's 4, so he should buy more bananas, right? And we're kind of looking at, like here, 10 apples and 25 bananas. Assuming he remains within his constraint, what should he do? He should buy more bananas and fewer apples. C, because 12 over 3 is 4, and 15 over 5 is 3. Pat spends all her income on 4 apples and candy bars. Pat's marginal utility is 20. Marginal utility of candy is 40. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to do another one of these. So candy, and what's the other thing? Apples. And the price of candy bar is 50 cents. The price of an apple is $1. And 40 from the candy bar. And what's it say? 20 from the apples. So that's 80 is bigger than 20. She needs more candy. Where does it say? More candy bars, fewer apples. It's D, right? I like these. Number 6, assume that a consumer spends all their income and purchases 2 goods. The consumer's income doubles and the prices, so their income doubles and the prices of the 2 goods double. The quantity of the goods in that case would stay the same, right? Not change. It's increase their willingness and ability, but at the same time, doubling the price, so it's half the ability. At their current level of consumption, consumers willing to pay up to $1.50 for water, $1,500 for a ring. Well, that's just because you get a larger marginal utility out of that ring than you do out of that bottle of water. So where do we got? Marginal utility of water is less than the marginal utility of a ring. C. Number 8, which of the following is true? If consuming 1 unit of a good yields 100 units or utils, and the second yields 20. Marginal of the first is 20. No, it would be 80. Marginal utility of the second. No. Marginal utility of the second is 120. That's close. Total utility of consuming 2 units is 120. That is true. D. This one is not true because it's 100. This is not true because it's 20, and it's still 20, so that's still wrong. And I don't even know what that last statement means. Number 9, Carlos has a van with 20 seats, charges $10 a ride. Carlos's cost of the trip is $140 for any number of passengers. On one trip, he's got 19 seats filled. Person says, I'll give you $5 for the last seat. Well, should he do it? Yes, he should, because his marginal benefit is 5, and the cost of letting that guy ride is 0. So D is our correct answer. Yes, he should let that last person take the ride. Number 10, which of the following best describes how a consumer maximizes total utility from a consumption of a bundle of goods and services? For this one, we are looking for an answer that corresponds to the MU of the last unit of good X divided by the price is equal to the MU of the last unit of Y divided by the price of Y. And all of these statements look great, except the right one is E. combination of goods such that the marginal utility per dollar, so marginal utility per dollar of each good is equal. Marginal utility per dollar. So hopefully this helped you with understanding utility. Oop, there's my bell. I'll see you next time.